Everybody, it is Cricket Claus, your friendly neighborhood Mrs. Claus. I am back today with a garland video. Now, what we're going to do is a snowflake garland. So we are going to do two different styles of snowflakes. We're going to do one like this bad boy right here. It's kind of like a granny square one. So it's got these cute little clusters like you would have in a granny square. And then our second one is going to be this little guy that kind of looks like a star with little picos on the tips. So we're going to do that. I'm going to teach you how to make those, and then we're going to make them into a garland. So hopefully you guys like this. We're doing it in multiple colors, and then we're going to string it all together like a garland. Now, with this particular pattern, you could also do it as an ornament, like the ornaments that we've been doing. But I wanted to give you something a little different. It's not that different. It's not drastically different. It's just something to kind of get us off the ornaments for a couple of videos at least. In the next video for next week, we're going to be doing another garland, and it's going to be Christmas trees and stars. Also granny square editions. I have not sewn in the tails on any of these yet because, alas, I'm lazy. So we will do that when we're putting our garland together today. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and let's get into the nitty-gritty of it. Now, I did get a comment that I need to be in the frame a little bit more. So while we're doing this, I'm going to move this back a little bit. I'm going to look and see where we are on the video. Hi, I'm here. It's really me, I promise. So we have done these, I did these in multiple colors, like a little light blue, a little gray, and this super cute sparkly worsted weight white. Now the sparkly white is what we're going to use to make our actual garland string. And all that's going to be is just a whole bunch of chains. So I'm going to take this color, which is this like ice blue type color. I've already made two of my snowflakes with this, and I'm making 4 snowflakes in the gray snow color, which that is the actual name of this color. It is Snow by, I want to say this is one I got at Michael's, a Lion brand that I got at Michael's. And then this one, I don't even know the name of this color. I just picked out one of the blues that I had sitting in my little organizer over here. And then the little sparkly white is, what are we? Where is your color? White, Blanco, in the Super Savers Metallic by Red Heart. Now I got this at Walmart. It was like $4, maybe. So we are going to make the garland piece itself out of that we're going to attach all of these little snowflakes to. So for our first pattern, we are going to do this one, which is kind of like a star almost, like a 6-pointed star. So to start that one, we're going to take our yarn. We're going to take a 4mm hook, which is what I'm using here. And we are going to do a slip knot, obviously. Then we are going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're good at a magic ring, technically you could do a magic ring here, but I like to say that my videos are for beginners, and I would rather show you how to subvert the magic circle, so you don't have to use that. So we're going to slip stitch back into our slip knot to make this into a circle. Then I'm going to take my little tail there and flip it in where we don't really have to cut that much off. We're kind of going to hide it in our snowflake. We're going to chain 3, and that's going to be our first double crochet. So that's 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to do 11 more double crochets all the way around for a total of 12. So those double crochets are going to go into this circle in the center. There's 1, and then 2, 3. Oh, try to keep that tail in there, because if you keep the tail in there, you don't have to weave it in at the end. So, And I'm going to do these in real time, much like I did in the last crochet video, because then you can see that this is actually like a 5-minute snowflake, 5 to 10 minutes. And you'll get to see how I handle it when I forget how many stitches I've done. Because who doesn't do that? I forget all of the time. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We need 4 more. All right. This makes 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. Beautiful. Now we are going to go into the top of our chain 3 double crochet that we did and do a slip stitch. Now here's where it gets fun. This one goes so fast because this part is so easy. You're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you're going to do a treble or a triple crochet. So loop 1, loop 2, go into the next top of your double crochet, and then you're going to pull through on that triple crochet. Easy, right? Super easy. Now you chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, slip stitch into the top of the next double crochet. Now you chain 4 again, and you just repeat this the whole way around. Chain 4, triple crochet, chain 4, slip stitch, start over. It's super easy, and I love this one so much. When we get to the next part, you'll see what starts to make it look less like a flower and more like a snowflake. So that is the next step after we get these 6 little pieces done. Now you could theoretically, if you wanted to make it a 5-star or a 5-armed, you could do 10 in here and then do 5 little arms, but I think the 6-pointed snowflake looks really cute. And I think that if you did it with 5 points instead of 6, it would look too much like a star. Uh-oh, we gotta undo that triple crochet because we just messed it all up talking while we're crocheting. Anybody else have trouble talking while you crochet? I think that's what makes my channel so weird, is that I crochet and I talk while I do it. And it makes me mess it up. So, more fun, right? 2, 3, 4. Now our triple crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Triple crochet. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Slip stitch into this last double crochet. All right, now the next part is super easy as well. Or I think it is. It may not be for you. And if it's not, that's okay. You'll get used to it. You'll learn. This is how we do things. This is how we create new patterns and stuff like that. Now this pattern, sorry, I had to take a sip of my Dr. Pepper Zero because my throat was getting dry. This pattern I found on Pinterest in a collage of different snowflakes. So it helped me. It gave me like a little pattern to follow off of, and it's really cute. So now we're at this little spot where we have this chain where we had slip stitched. Now we're going to single crochet 4 times into the back loop of our chain here. And that's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if my hands are too shaky, you guys just let me know. I started a new medication, and then I started a new dose on a different medication, And so I'm still getting used to it. So my blood sugar's been running a little low. So I get the shakes every now and then. So if you see me stop for a minute and take a bite of like a sugar cookie or something, that's what's going on. If I'm shaking too much, I'm so sorry for that. So we've made it to our triple crochet. So into the top of our triple crochet, we are going to slip stitch. And then we are going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Then we are going to slip stitch back into the same little hole there. Good gravy. If I can get it to come through. There we go. And that's basically making a little picot stitch. It's a variation of the picot stitch. Then we're going to go back down the back side of our chains here with 4 single crochets. So 3, 4. Then we're going to single crochet back up the other side of the next little leg. 1, 2, 3. Get in the hole. Don't make that into a sound bite. Mrs. Claus saying get into the hole. That's weird. All right. Now we're back to our top of our triple crochet. We're going to slip stitch, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, slip stitch again, and then back to our back loop only, single crochets, going the whole way down. 3, 4. Now we're on to the next one. 1, 2. I'm going to lean a little more forward so you can see my face, sort of. Haha. 3, 4. Then we're going back into that triple crochet with a slip stitch. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Get back on there. Slip stitch again. Then single crochets one more time. This part is going to be boring because it's just the same thing, repetitive over and over again while we do this, but that's okay because we only have 2 left. Yay! So we're going to single crochet up those 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now slip stitch, 1, 2, 3, slip stitch into our triple crochet. Now single crochet back down the back side loop. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I, for some reason, have misplaced my crochet needle stash other than this one that I've been working with. So I was looking for my yarn needles so I could put these edges in, or these ends, and weave them in, but can't find them. So I'm going to show you how to weave them in using your crochet needle. And if you already know how to do that, once we get to this end part, don't worry about it. 3, 4, number 4 here. And we're almost done with this one. 1, 2, 3, slip stitch back. Oh no, we've got one more. How did I miss that one? I didn't notice it. Oi. Okay, so once we get to the end of this one, you'll see how much it looks like a snowflake, how cute it's going to be, and I'll show you how you can either turn it and do the garland like we're doing now, or you can turn it into a ornament or an ornament. Let's do proper English here. An ornament. All right, slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, slip stitch. our last 4 single crochets right here into the back. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. Sorry for the sniffles. I don't know where those came from either. And maybe that's why I didn't feel good last week. Like all of last week I was just bedridden. I don't know what was going on. So now that we're at our very end, we're going to slip stitch into the top of that first single crochet there and pull out a little tail that we're going to weave in. Snip that off. Now I'm going to take my crochet needle and I'm going to just pull that tail through the tops of these single crochets to weave it in. Is it perfect? Is it going to make it very secure? Yeah, for the most part. And then snip off what's left of that tail. Okay, now to make this into an ornament, what I would do, I'm going to lay it out and kind of stretch it a little bit. Stretch it. If you wanted to block it, you could. I would just get like a blocking board and put the block through the top of the picot stitches that we've got here. But I'm not going to block it today. If I was going to starch them, I would. But I think starching just makes it so hard and we want a soft look on here. So to make it an ornament, we're going to take a yarn with the same color. We're going to pull it through the picot stitch at the top and make a knot right here. I'm not going to do that yet because this is also how we're going to attach it to our garland. So I'm just going to snip that off and leave it like that. Now on to the next ornament. The next ornament is our granny stitch ornament. So we're going to make our slip stitch. Let me make sure I keep my hands in the frame because I want you to be able to see what I'm doing at all times today. All right, we're going to do our chain 4 and make a circle again. 3, 4, slip stitch into our slip knot, just like we did on the last one, so that we don't have to do a magic circle. The magic circle is the bane of my existence, and this is more secure than a magic circle because with a magic circle, if you don't do it exactly right, it can come open and slip open. I have a problem with that happening a lot with my crochet. Like I make the magic circle to be able to pull it tight and then I don't weave the ends in properly and it ends up coming open. So I don't want that to happen to yours, so I'm going to use this. Now we are going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is going to be our first double crochet and chain 2. Now we're going to do a double crochet into the circle. Also remember to hold that in there so that your little tail, so you don't have to do too much snipping it off at the end. All right, we did our double crochet. Now we're going to chain 2. We're going to do another double crochet, chain 2. The hardest part for me is actually holding that tail in there. It slows me down a little bit, but we're doing it anyway because I would rather it take a little longer for me to do this part than to have to weave the tail in. If I'm being honest, it's just weaving in ends is the bane of my existence. All right, and we're going to do this until we have 6 little pegs here, 6 little double crochets. So this is going to be our last one right here. Chain 2, then we are going to find that third chain, 1, 2, 3, and we are going to attach at that top of that third chain. Now we've got this little 6-wheel thing going on here. We're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. This is going to be the first double crochet in our 3 double crochet clusters. So we're going to do 2 more double crochets into the next hole. 1, 2. Then we are going to chain 2, then 3 double crochets into the next hole. 1, 2, 3, chain 2. Now the chain 2 is what's going to give us kind of like a little triangular type of bump for our fancy picots that we're doing. Chain 2 again. And we're going to keep doing that the whole way around until we have 6 clusters of 3. Our fancy little picot thing that we're going to do is actually a picot stitch and then a different kind of picot stitch with 3 chains instead of 2. And you'll see what that means when I get over there to it. Alright, chain 2 and our last little cluster. Now feel free to pause if you're not going as fast as me. Feel free to wait if you're going faster than me. It all depends on how fast you crochet. That's our last 2 chain 2. We're going to go into the top of our chain 3 and slip stitch. Now, this is our second row, what it looks like. See how the chain 2 kind of gives us this little bump here? It's going to give us enough space. I had to mess around with this pattern a lot over the weekend while I was planning it out, because I tried just doing 1 chain and then it bumped up and it wouldn't allow for all the stitches that we need in these little corners here to fit. Chain 3 was too much. It made it warbly and I didn't like that. So chain 2 was just perfect for this. Now, if you chain 2 and you find that that doesn't quite work for you and you need to chain 3, that's perfectly fine. This is just with my amount of tension that I have, what I needed for this. So keep that in mind. Now we're going to go back into that same stitch where we did our slip stitch, and we're going to do a single crochet, and then we're going to single crochet into the top of these double crochets on each of our clusters. So you'll see single, single, single. Now we're going to slip stitch into our hole here, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, then slip stitch again into our hole. Then we're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Slip stitch back into our hole. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Slip stitch again. And if you have to, which you most definitely will probably have to do, slide it over. That's why we're doing it in that hole, so that you have the ability to slide it over if you need to make less room to kind of cluster it together. Now we're going to single crochet across the top of our double crochets one more time into this next spot, then slip stitch, chain 3, 2, 3, slip stitch, chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, scoot, slip stitch again, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, slide over again, slip stitch one last time in there. Now we do our single crochets in the top of our double crochets. 1, 2, 3. This is a very, very, very easy ornament to make. I saw an inspiration picture on Pinterest and the person didn't have a pattern. 2, 3, slip stitch again. So I decided I was just going to make my own. 4, 5, 6. And they may not have done it the same way that I did it, but I feel like this came out super cute, just following an inspiration and making something up as I go. Now I wanted to do a different one. I wanted like 3 different patterns for this, but alas, the third one that I was playing around with to try to make one was, what I wanted to do was have one that was like really skinny in the middle and then the legs came off further. It did not work. It looked terrible. So I scratched that one and just decided we're going to do these 2 and make it work. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I'm doing 3 different colors, but I considered doing another color, 2, 3, another blue. I just don't know. I think this is too dark and I didn't want to go too dark on it to add like a 4th color in. I think we're going to be fine with the 3 colors that we have here for mine. But again, you don't have to do the same color scheme that I'm doing. I would encourage you to use the white with the metallic 2, 3, because I think that looks really cute for a snowflake and it glistens like a snowflake. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. However, if you wanted to do, because the way that this metallic is, it has like a green and a pink fleck to the metallic because it's a holographic metallic. You could absolutely do pink snowflakes with this. I think that would be really cute. I just went with like an icy blue and a gray that was called snow because I just liked the way that they look together. So this is going to be our last little picot corner here. 1, 2, 3. Now I call it a picot. This isn't a proper picot stitch because with a proper picot stitch, you're going to go back into your bottom of your stitch, your bottom chain, but this is like a variation on that. 1, 2, 3, slip stitch. Then we're going to slip stitch it back to our first single crochet right here. Pull out our tail, snip it off, weave it in. All right, let's weave this tail in with our crochet hook. And then I'm going to snip it off. Y'all, I'm very shaky today. We're going to make this happen. We're going to do something about it. All right, so to make this one an ornament, we are going to take our yarn, go through the top of the chain 6 picot, and pull it through. If I can get my hands to work today. Just know, Mrs. Claus has issues with her hands from time to time. I also have rheumatoid arthritis, so at some point I may not be able to do these videos anymore, so I want to get as many cranked out for you guys as I can. See how my fingers curve. I have what's called hypermobility spectrum disorder, and so eventually I'm going to have problems with all of the connective tissue in my body. So let's not dwell on that right now because it makes me feel old. All right, so for an ornament, you would just tie it right here and hang it on your tree. How pretty are these? They are gorgeous. I like this side where everything's kind of more uniform, but even on the back, they still look pretty decent. I call that the ugly side. You want the pretty side facing out on your... Okay, my camera died right as I was getting to the next part where I was saying that there is a pretty side and an ugly side. And on the ornaments, that doesn't matter. But on the garland, that is going to make a difference. So I went ahead and I put my little tails on all of my little snowflakes. I think I'm missing one. I think I'm missing a white one. Where did it go? Oh my. Did I drop it somewhere? I don't know. Well, we may have to make another white one. Oh, which one am I missing? Okay, anyway, we're not going to worry about that right now. We're going to move on to the next part. So, what we have here are, I have 4 of the blue, 2 of each style in the blue. I have 4 of the gray, 2 of each style in the gray. And then I am supposed to have 6 of the white, but I only see 5 here. And I wonder where the other white one went. Oh, I feel so out of sorts now. Okay, I'm going to find it and then I will be back and I'll show you how we're going to connect all of this together. And since we have, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14, because 2 times 7 is 14. Since we have 14, I think I'm going to do them every 6 inches. I'm going to do a snowflake. So we're going to have about a 7-foot garland out of this. Now, if you don't want to make one that big, or if you want to make one bigger, you can space them out bigger. You can do less ornaments. You can do more ornaments. Whatever you want to do. This is your project. But I'm going to show you how to make it with what I have here. Okay, I went ahead and just remade the one that I was missing. There. I'm going to lay them out in the order that I'm going to put them on the garland. And in doing so, I have realized that I might need a couple more of the white so that I don't put gray against gray. Oh no! Never mind, we're just going to go with it. We're just going to go with it, okay? I think I'm going to do that and what have I done there? No. Okay. That. Now it won't end and start on the same color. Okay. Whatever. We're doing it. It is what it is. Don't judge me, folks. So I'm going to move these down a little bit and I will show you. We're going to attach them as we go. Move that out of my way. I don't need that blue anymore. I don't need this blue. It's in my way. So we're going to move them down to get out of the way so that you can see what I'm doing here. Now, with this garland, what we're going to do is I'm going to make a slip knot, obviously, because we're chaining in a row. I'm going to chain about 6 inches worth of chains. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's not 6 inches, but I am going to grab a measuring tape so that I can measure out the 6 inches. Maybe, if I can find my measuring tape, whatever I've done with it. Okay, I'll be right back again. All right, I found my measuring tape. We've got close. We're at 5 inches. So what I'm going to do instead of having to measure every single time, I'm just going to count the stitches that I've made once I get that other inch in here. That works. Okay, let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to do 25 stitches in between each one of our snowflakes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my snowflake and I'm going to tie it around my yarn here. And it'll make sense once we get it done as to why I'm doing it this way. Because once we get the yarn done, or the first row done on the garland, we're going to come back with a double crochet or a half double crochet. So I'm going to tie that on there and leave it just a little long. Let's see. Now, the way that this looks when we're done, I don't know. I've never made this one before. This is just me winging it, making up a pattern as we go. So I'm just going to tie that on there. So you guys will be just as surprised as I am at the outcome when it comes out. So, well, you may not, because I will have it in the thumbnail as to what it's going to look like. So we tied that in just a regular knot on there. And that's on our string that we're going to be using to chain. So I'm going to go ahead and chain around it. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's our 25. We're going to take our next little piece. Now I am going to try to keep this as straight as I can so that all of them are pretty face out. And I may do some of them a little longer on the string because we don't want them to be so uniform. We want to kind of make them look like they're falling. So I'm going to tie this one a little longer than that one. And we may tie some of them a little shorter. I'm going to make that knot really tight so it doesn't come off. Then we're going to snip it. And again, I don't know where these shakes are coming from today. I'm so sorry, guys. I have to keep checking my monitor over here because I don't want the camera to die again and we lose footage. It died when I was trying to tell you guys how we were going to do this at the end of showing you how to make these. But yeah, so we're going to keep doing this. We're going to keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I am going to drive myself crazy probably talking to you guys, the way our counting and all of that stuff, but we'll see. Now this one I'm going to tie up a lot closer, kind of like we did the gray one, but I think I'm going to tie it all of the way up. That way it's even closer to our garland string, and that way we have some little variation. I want it to kind of be a little different, like falling snow, not just sitting there in one spot snow. So here we go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Oh, no, 25. Good Lord, Cricket. Keep up with yourself. 25. Sorry about that. Got a little carried away. All right, so with this next one, we're kind of going to do it medium up. Not as long as that other white one, but not as short as the blue one or the gray one. So we just want to tie a regular old little knot in here and make it tight. Then snip it off. Now with next week's garland, because we're going to do another garland next week that's going to be Christmas trees and stars. With that one, I don't think we're going to do this little different length pattern thing, because I think we're just going to keep it one length, because it doesn't need to look like falling snow if it's Christmas trees and stars, right? All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm not going to bore you with this while I'm continuing to do this, because I can see how that would get annoying. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to continue along. I may even do a sped up version. I may just record it and then like speed it up for you guys. I have not done a time lapse before on my channel, but I think we're going to do that now. So let me go ahead and finish this bad boy out, and we'll come back for the second row of the garland string. Okay, for this part, I'm just speeding it up so that you don't get bored and listen to me the entire time just talking about, you know, what I'm doing and counting and whatnot. So this should only take about 1.5 minutes with the way I sped it up, but it actually took me about 20 minutes to do in real time. So enjoy this part. And it's about that time that my camera died, so I had to go in and put in some more footage of me doing this. So I hope you guys like it. I don't know. This is totally new to me. I haven't really done voiceover stuff in this way before, and I'm kind of starting to like it. I don't know. We'll see. If you like this format, I will continue to keep doing it. Notice that I am, in fact, making the different lengths of the strings for the snowflakes and making that work. So enjoy. Focus, camera. Quit freaking out on me. All right, so I hope that I can get that in time lapse. I have never done time lapse before, so we'll see how that goes. If I can't get it in time lapse, you'll just be seeing it once I'm done with it. But here we have our 7-foot long garland. And what we're going to do now is go back. And honestly, I feel like we could leave it with just this one little piece like this. But I just want to make this a little thicker so that it stands up a little better once we get it going. But now I'm all tangled up in it. So let me untangle myself. And then we will go from there. Okay, what is going on? Why are we all tangled up like this? Where are we? What are we doing? Okay. So what I did on the end was just like on the other end where I started doing the 25 chains before I got to the first snowflake, I ended with the 25 chains. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to chain an extra 2 because that's going to be our first half double crochet. So let me throw this over here because we're going to have to turn it around to do this. So 1, 2, then we're going to start going into every chain and do a single half double crochet. So a half double crochet in every single one of these chains. And we'll see if that makes it thick enough to where I feel like we can add it to the tree or over your fireplace or over a mantle or in your kitchen. I think I'm going to put this one in the kitchen for my Baking with Mrs. Claus videos, which today I will be filming some of those. I'm going to start that series today as well. So we won't be doing as many of the DIY projects, but we will be doing some baking projects. Now, the closer we get to Christmas, I'll go from the fall DIYs to Christmas DIYs. My stores here in town just started getting in their Christmas decor, so I feel like it is just now getting to be where I will have the stuff that I need to do Christmas stuff other than just crochet Christmas. So we will get the DIYs back on track. So if you were expecting those DIYs every Thursday, we may be backing off of the every Thursday thing. I do have quite a few banked, 3 or 4, maybe 5 in the pipeline right now that are already made. So we will be doing that and getting those on Thursdays. They're already actually scheduled to go. So today I'm going to film a sugar cookie recipe, a cinnamon cookie, like a cinnamon roll cookie recipe, and a lemon sour cream pound cake recipe that are also going to go up on Wednesdays. So when I have the ability to bake and be in Mrs. Claus' beautifulness, I will definitely be doing that. I have a lot of free time coming up here soon, so we are definitely going to have the time to do that. If I can just find the energy. So with this, we are at our first little star. So what I'm going to try to do is tuck in some more of this where the knot is. Can you see that? Yeah, I'm going to try to tuck in where the knot is on this double crochet, just to kind of, or this half double crochet, just to kind of like conceal it a little better and go into the next one with my half double crochet there. And I feel like that's going to make it look just so much cleaner, so much more clean. So we're going to keep doing this the whole way down, and I'm going to see if I can time lapse it. Let me pause this for a second, and then we will adjust the camera back up where you can see my body while I crochet, so you can see how close I crochet to my body, because it's so much easier for me to do it that way. So I will be right back, and you will see me time lapsing. Now, this part I sped up a little more than the last section or two that I did of the project. You will see me just yelling at this project and cussing at it, because what I did not realize when I tied on the snowflakes, and this will be something that you need to think about, handle them a little more gently where you tied them on, because at one point you'll see me just kind of like set it down and like pause for a second trying to figure out what happened. But a couple of the snowflakes had come off of the project. So I had to retie them on. Once I got that done, though, I made sure that I kept it. See, this is here where I had dropped them off and I was tying them back on. But notice that I'm a little more careful the rest of the way through. And this whole section of recording took me about 28 minutes and 47 seconds to do that whole section of recording for the double crochets. I mean, half double crochets. I can't even get my own stitches correct in my brain. So, it may not take you that long. It may take you longer than that. But do know that it did take me, 28 minutes. And I sped it up by a lot. I think I'm moving at like 10, 15 times speed. What does it say here? No, 13 and a half times my regular speed. So I took it from 30 minutes down to a minute and 22 seconds. So just know it's going to take you a little bit longer than my minute and a half because I am not magic and neither are you. Unless you are, in which case I need to know your secrets because I would love to be magic as well. So you guys let me know if you like this voiceover stuff with the sped up video. And if you do, I will keep doing it. If you notice during that last little section that it lags in any parts, I know it's going to be time-lapsed, so I don't think that's going to matter. But now I know what's going on with my lagging on my videos. Has everything to do with the software that I'm using. So I will be looking at how to fix that. So we have finished. And what I did at the end was I just took it, finished off by tying the end where we started and the end where we ended together in a little knot and tying it hard. No one's going to notice that because that's not what they're going to be looking at. They're going to be looking at this gorgeousness. Look how cute it is. Oh, I'm going to go hang it in my kitchen and take a picture so you can see what it looks like as a garland in my kitchen. And I'll be back. I'll put it on the screen at the end. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the screen next to me over here. I hope you guys love this garland. I think it's super cute. It's super easy to do with your kids. It can make for a lot of fun and a lot of memories. So please, if you liked this video, like and subscribe. I have started a Patreon where I will be doing mostly my baking videos and I will be uploading my videos a week early on Patreon. So if you want to join that, I will put the link in the description. I also will be doing Twitch streaming starting here soon. I did start my Twitch. I just haven't set it up all the way. I will also put that in the description box. So if you want to join me on there, feel free. Go to Patreon. Let's do this. Let's have some fun with Mrs. Claus. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, do all the things. Leave me any comments. If you like this format, let me know what my camera's doing, if it's doing anything funny. If you like it better with me more in the shots while I'm crocheting, let me know. If you want me even more in the shots showing you how I crochet, let me know. I did get a few comments about that. So if you like that, again, leave comments. I love it. If you like it, I love it. We'll do some more of it. You have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.